So hi everyone, I'm Seema Nair, and I'm working as a senior consultant at Foreign Admit. So I'm into the Canada expert, and I have almost 12 years of experience in this education sector. So today we are going to discuss about Canada, the programs, about the entry requirements, about the visas, about the universities, colleges, everything we are going to discuss today. So the first thing is like, why should we move to Canada? So nowadays, actually, you can see currently over the 200 millions of students actually studying in Canada. That is because of the thing is there's a lot of advantage for studying in Canada. That is the major thing is academic excellency. The thing academic excellency, university rankings. So we are going to discuss one by one each of them. So first thing is academic excellency. As I said, the universities out of Canadian universities, there's a 27 universities featured top ranking universities in the the world ranking list. So Canadian 27 universities. So that too, they are all the streams like engineering, hospitality, business, biotechnology, computer science, all the engineering streams like mechanical, everything. So they have a lot of universities are well-ranked universities, and there's a lot of public universities which has offering a very good education sector with the new universities. You can see with the new infrastructures. These are the very good universities, especially in Canada. The education system is very flexible, as most of them, that thing, they have a lot of universities as well as they have colleges where you can go and do your program within a shorter duration, like you can complete it within a year as well. So lesser flexibilities are there. Student can go to the university for masters, they can go for a specialization like postgraduate certificate programs, such programs. Affordable, yes, compared to you can look into the countries, like if you look for other countries as well, Canada is very affordable. The tuition fees are, compared to other countries, are very less, the tuition fee what you are spending. And they have, yes, along with the tuition fees affordability, plus they give a very good the stay back options. I mean, we can say like a post study work visas. So along with your studies, you can stay there, you can work over there along with the studies, like along with the studies itself, you can do a part-time jobs over there. After completing your studies, you can go for a full-time work there. That is actually a very good option for I mean, the students can take care of their living expenses very well. They can take care of their partially the tuition fee, not the full tuition fee, yes, the partial the tuition fee, the students can take care very well easily there. Safe and peaceful places, yes, that is actually the major point where usually the students ask with us. Even the parents are more concerned about the safety and secure. Yes, Canada is actually a safer space. You can see in the ranking, like Canada is the second safest place in a country where there's no racism, nothing. So they actually, Canada, though it is the second largest country, but the populations are very less. I mean, the majority of the population in Canada, like you can see in a 60% of the population of Canada, it's an aged population. I mean, there's a retirement population. So that means, they have hardly 40% of the population are the youngsters. So the Canadian government, the Canada badly need a young immigrants. That's why they give a lot of opportunity for the international students. That means, the flexibility in their courses, flexibility in their tuition fees, a lot of stay backs options, so that you can go there, you can study there, you can explore there, and you can continue over there to work, and you can get a PR, permanent residence over there. It's a very safest place for students, for international students. As I told you, because there's a very less population, they actually welcome the international students very well, because they know that thing, because the market, they have a lot of job opportunity, but there's no manpower. So this is actually the major point in Canada why the students prefer to go to that vibrant country. Yes, as I told, like a lot of opportunities are there, a lot of job opportunities. lot of like you can go for a study not only for the masters, bachelors, you can go for a research programs. A lot of opportunities are there. Settlement option, this is again a major point for the students. Why the students prefer go for a Canada? Settlement option, as I told you, Canada give a stay back options like 1 year stay back to 3 years of stay back. It is depend upon the program, what program you are going to choose. So if you are going to choose a 1 year program, definitely you are going to get a 1 more year of post-study work visa. It is a job seeking time for you to look into for a job after completing your program. Yes, if you're going for a 2 year program or 3 year programs like a bachelor's or a master's, you get a up to 3 years of a post-study work visa over there, where you can have a lot of ample time for you to settle over there. These are the again are the very good advantage for the students. Education system in Canada. Yes. First, let me explain you the thing. Like they have 3 intakes. The major intake in Canada is fall intake. Fall September. I mean, we call it a September intake. That is actually the major intake where all the universities and all the colleges are open. The next another intake is a winter intake, is a January intake, where yes, universities and colleges are open, but the admissions, I mean this admission seats are less, not like a September one. There's a small intake, we call it like in the May intake, which is only few programs are available, like a business programs or a hospitality kind of thing. So few programs are open in the for a May intake. And any intake, like whether you opt for a September intake, January intake, or May intake, the process ideal time is you need to start prior 7 to 8 months itself, because the universities close the admissions very fast. I mean, if the student is planning for the September intake, they need to start the process 7 to 8 months prior. That means the ideal time for you to go for a September, you need to start your process by November, December itself, up to start, because there's a lot of things are involved in the application process, getting an admission. So need to start. So admissions are, and if you're looking for a scholarships, yes, the scholarship deadlines are actually, they close very soon. So you have to start your, so if you are planning for the future intake, like for a January or for September, the ideal time you to start up now itself. So what are the requirements? I'll explain you that September intake means the student, if you are starting the process for September, they need to clear their IELTS, they need to ready with your academic documents, they need to ready with their reference letters, like SOP, statement of purpose, they need to ready with their resumes, everything. So these are the documents what require. So it will take time for you to arrange all the documents. I mean, preparing your SOP, getting your LORs, everything. So you have to get all this thing. At times, universities ask GRE or GMAT if you're going for a master's program. Then for that also, it will take time for you to prepare for a GRE or GMAT, getting dates for the exams and all. So that is the thing, we ask the student to start the process 7 to 8 months prior itself, so that at least your process goes smoothly. You have ample time for you to file your visa. In case if you're filing your visa in the last moment, there may be a chances that you get a rejection. So, right. So these are the things what we have to keep it in mind, like when we are starting the process. As I told you, they are Canadian education that's a very flexible. Like the student can go for a diploma programs, they can go for a bachelor degree, they can go for a postgraduate diploma, postgraduate certificate program, master's degree, or doctorate degree. Like in diploma, that is, the diploma programs are for the student, those who have completed that year 12. If they don't want to go for a bachelor program, they can opt for a diploma, either 2 year diploma or a 3 year diploma, like a 2 year diploma, like a 3 years, like an advanced diploma. The student can opt for any programs. Or if the student want have a very good academics, very good IELTS score and all, they can directly go for a bachelor program. Bachelor's is same like a 3 year program or a 4 year bachelor degree program. Postgraduate diploma, postgraduate certificate program, that is basically the student, those who have completed their bachelor's degree, 3 year bachelor's or 4 year bachelor's, can go for opt for a postgraduate certificate. Postgraduate certificate is like a program where the student is doing a specialization for a particular program. That's why we call as a postgraduate certificate or a postgraduate diploma programs. And this program is more into a technical kind of programs. I mean, the program is more into a job oriented kind of programs. Yes, The student, those who are very focused on their studies, they wanted to go, those who wanted to go do a master's degree, they can go for a master's degree. Ideally, the student, those who have a 4-year bachelor degree, they can opt for a master's degree usually, because there's a few, very few universities are there where they accept 3-year bachelor's. Doctorate, obviously, if you want to go for a PhD or like a doctorate degree, that is for the thing. And these programs actually, I'll explain you the thing. One thing, in Canada, the education system is such a thing, they have 80% of the practical and the 20% of the theoretical. That means when the students complete the program, when they come out after they completing the program, they'll be coming along with the hands-on work experience. Most of the programs are linked with the internships, co-op internship, which is along with your studies, you will be doing internships as well. So that will give you a weightage on your resume after completing your program. It give a strong, like a background for your future, so the students having a lot of, most of the programs with the internships you'll be getting. And documents required, as I told you, like documents required for the application process, initial process. Canada is a country there, they give a lot of flexibility for the education thing, the tuition piece, but yes, in the documentation part, they're very particular about the document. We need to apply with along with the full set of documents, like the student should have a passport, valid passport, the proof of the academic documents. I mean the students 10th, year 10th, 12th, bachelor's degree, semester-wise mark sheets, consolidated, the provisional, yes, language test, that means like IELTS. The universities or colleges, any university, any colleges require IELTS score. That is, requirement is like minimum requirement is overall 6.5, individual 6. And proof of funds, that is for the visa thing, what we require, proof of funds, that I'll explain you that. Academic wise, the requirement is usually they ask, if you are applying for a postgraduate certificate or a postgraduate diploma, they require minimum 65% and above. And if the student is planning for applying to your master's degree, the minimum requirement is like 75 and above in your bachelor degree. And yes, they do accept the backlogs, but not more than like 5 to 6. At times it's okay if it is 8 or 9 backlogs. Only very few options are there, but yes, they accept that thing. And if the student is having a gap, I mean gap means like after completing his bachelor degree, or if they have a work experience of 2 years or 3 years, that is still the student can apply for that as well. Scholarships, yes. Universities, if you're applying to the universities, they have a lot of scholarships where we can apply. University scholarships, there's a Ontario graduate scholarships, Trent International Citizen scholarships. A lot of scholarships are available based on your academic percentage. As I initially I told you, like they have a deadline as well for the scholarship. So students are focusing for the scholarship, they have a very good academics, like 85% or 80% and above in their bachelor degree, they can very well apply for scholarships as well, internal scholarships. Universities close the scholarship deadline by Feb or March itself for the September intake. So before itself, the student has to apply, and the student has to get ready with all their academic documents. Yes, externals. These are the external scholarships we have. Yes, a lot of scholarships are there, where once that is all depend upon your academic percentage, and it's like a student to student, not with everyone like the same, based on your academic, how academics and your documents, everything. Application process. Yes, the first thing is we need to shortlist the universities based on your academic profile, like based on your bachelor degree or your year 12th. We can suggest the universities, shortlisting the universities, because all universities has their different entry criteria. So then research, doing the university research. The second step is you need to clear with your IELTS, because at times universities or certain particular programs, they require 7 bands in IELTS. Third is actually the application stage, where we are submitting your documents and all your documents along with the application. Fourth is the stage where you receive an offer letter, I mean the acceptance letter from the university. Then where we have to pay the university or the college tuition fee. where you have to work on. Then again, there's a thing like where we have to work on the visa part and the your traveling thing. Visa category in Canada, there's a two kind of visa category. One is a STS and a non-STS. STS is a student direct scheme where the visa process are very simple. They don't need a lot of financial documents or any other documents. They simply require the student IELTS score, which is, as I told you, it does require a 6 bands overall. So individual 6, the 1 year tuition fee payment receipt. That is actually the other major thing, 1 year tuition fee, the GIC, where you will be showing a 10,000 Canadian dollars as a living expenses that you just have to show to the High Commission that you have a sufficient amount for you to take care of your living expenses. Then there's no other documents, no other documents are required. Yes, your academics. And if you have a work experience, if you're holding a work experience, we need to keep that documents as well. There's no other documents required for the STS one. Non-STS, the student, those who want to file through non-STS, they require a same like IELTS. If the student is having a one module like 5.5 or 5, yes, in non-STS, we can go ahead with that. Minimum fee payment, yes. If the student doesn't want to pay the like a 1 year tuition fee, I mean, they can go for a pay as an acceptance fee or 50% of the fee. GIC, as I told you, that leaving expense, it is an optional case in non-STS. Documents, yes, there's a more documents required. You need to show, because you're not paying the full tuition fee, you're not showing your living expenses. So at times you need to show your all the other different, like, documents like a bank statements, or if you have any other financial documents or your IT returns, all these documents are mandatory if you're filing through the non-STS cases. This is a non-STS cases. Yes. And as I told you, the when we apply GIC, the university, after getting your offer letter, that's a mandatory in that the student has to pay the first year tuition fee. Usually the tuition fee comes up to it is like a 10 to 10.5 lakhs per year if you're applying for a postgraduate certificate program. And if you're applying for a master's course or a bachelor programs, it will come up to 12.5 to 13 lakhs per year. These are the tuition fees where, yes, if you have a very good academics, like 85% and above, you can expect the scholarships as well. These are the things. So now we can go ahead with the question and answer. If you have any queries, anything, we can discuss that as well.
Yes, Seema, there are a few questions in the chat box if you can address them.
Yes.
Yeah. So Seema, there is one question that I guess Akshat Patel has been asked on the proof of funds. Can you please elaborate that what it is?
Yes, Akshat, proof of funds, as if you're filing, if your profile is absolutely fine. I mean, like if you don't have much gap, if you have a good IELTS score, I mean, good means I'm asking like looking for a the minimum requirement, like a overall 6.5 and individual 6. And if you have academics like a 60% with the 4 or 5, if it is there, or if you're not able to show the funds, like if you are not able, don't want to pay the tuition fee, then you have to go for a non-STS, as I like just now briefed you about that where you need to pay only the minimum tuition fees, because usually once you get an offer letter, the admission letter, they ask for an acceptance tuition fee, which is not more than that, like a 2.5 to 3 lakhs, which is they're asking for that. What you need to pay that much tuition fee, and the rest of you can show through leaving the savings account of yours or your parents' account, anything you can show. If it is in an SDS rule, there's a simple thing where you just have to pay the first year full tuition fee. Then you need to show 10,000 Canadian dollars leaving expense. 10,000 Canadian dollars, it comes up to almost 6.5 to 7 lakhs, which you need to show for a year, 1 year leaving expenses. That's it.
So Vaishali has asked about this, that if the person have already completed B.Arch, so can they go for M.Arch directly in Canada?
M.Arch, yes, student can go. It's depend upon the the profile. Yes, you can go there, but there's an exams where you have to clear. So if you can register with us, we can guide you how to start the process, because the process is a bit different compared to the normal process. We can guide you like how to you have to start the process and everything.
Great. So, Seema, there is one more question that for MTech or MBA, is there any sort of compulsory requirement for giving GRE or GMAT?
As I, not all the universities, like, if you are looking for a decent universities, I mean, the good universities, most of the university, if your academics are fine, they are okay with only IELTS and your academic percentage. But yes, if you're really looking for the top universities like University of Toronto, University of BC, British Columbia, such university, obviously they ask for a GRE score as well. See, GRE is we don't ask the student to apply for that. Yes, but if in case if your profile is bit, I mean, like, if your profile is like bit academics are a bit low, then we ask the student to take a GRE as well, so that at least you can show that yes, I have a very good score in GRE.
Okay. So there is one more question that if the student is continuing that BA LLB in India, which is the perfect course they can go for in Canada?
So if you're completed your LLB, there's a lot of options are there for students who completed that law here. But yes, there's an exams as well have to take, same like a architecture what I said. So we can guide you for that as well. You can go for a program like a 1-year program or a 2-year programs as well. That's not an issue where you have a lot of program, but you cannot practice legally. You have to clear the exams.
So there is one more thing that for the PhD, is it necessary to give GRE or GMAT?
No, PhD, same as I told you, that's not compulsory that you need to clear your GRE or GMAT. Yes, if it is like depend upon the university to university, and if your profile is fine, if you are ready with your thesis and all, then no need to. They are not asking for you to get a GRE.
Okay. So there is data science programs available in Canada. The question raised from Patel Shub.
Yes, Patel, there's a lot of university. In fact, data science is a highly demand program in Canada. As I discussed, the engineering, computer science, data, networking, embedded system, wireless, these are the booming program in Canada where the students actually, once they complete the program, they placed within a shorter time. We have so many students actually, they give a very good feedback with they are very happy with the programs actually. The programs end up with the internships. So a lot of good programs are available.
So there is a collective question, like there are 3 questions similar, that what should what should the student do after doing the like BTech? Like BTech mechanical, electrical and IT.
Yes, it is depend upon your streams. BTech, I mean, like as I said, like a mechanical, civil, IT. As I told you, IT also has a lot of good programs. Mechanical in that, like if the student is want to go for a manufacturing, quality assurance, there are a lot of good programs are available. As as I discussed, the thing is Canada, a lot of job opportunities are there. I mean, like there's a opportunity, like they're economically very strong, Canada. So there are actually a lot of job opportunities, but there's no manpower, and it is still, again, it is growing. So it's a huge country where the engineer student, they badly need the engineer background students, or if you look for a mechanical, civil or IT sectors, anyone.
So there is
Options are available, but it is depend upon the student's profile, where we can suggest that either you can go for a master's or you can go for a postgraduate certificate program. As I told you, it is depend upon the students, case to case, like, the academic percentage and all, only we can suggest the universities or the colleges.
So there is a student, Shraddha Jain. She have asked that she is pursuing her master's in Germany for 1 year. So is it possible to her to go for Canada for 1 year postgraduate diploma certificate?
She's already pursued 1 year course.
Pursuing master's in Germany.
Okay, so after completing the program, yes, but obviously you need to explain why, because see, the thing is you need to convince the High Commission, you need to explain the detail, like why after completing your program from Germany, why you wanted to, again, definitely because Canada is a country where it's a PR oriented country. I mean, if the student want to apply to Canada, that means the major focus is there. Definitely, yes, there's a 50% of the student, they focus for the study purpose. Yes, but the 50% of the students are there where they focus for the PR option. So we need to explain, the student has to explain that This I'm planning for why I wanted to go to again like a Canada to go for another master's to convince the High Commission or convince the university. But it is possible, yes.
Okay, what is the approximately costing the tuition fee for the master's course in Canada?
Masters, yes, the approximate tuition fee starts from 12.5 to 13 lakhs. It goes up. If you're looking for a universities like a BC or the top universities, obviously the fees will be a bit higher.
Okay, great. So there is one more student who belongs from Ghana, South Africa. Is it
Okay.
possible for them to go for Canada for postgraduate diploma certificate or like masters?
Yes, yes, yes.
So what would be the process for them for pursuing their masters in engineering?
Masters in engineering, yes, the entry requirement will be a bit different, not like an Indian student. Yes, they have their own requirements and all. So we need to know about like, from which university, like I mean, which school he completed his education and all. So based on that, we can say yes, but the students can go for South Africa because see, Canada is a country, it's a multicultural country where you can see from all the different, the country students. It is actually the students prefer to also the student can go that, but it's depend upon the program. Like we need to look into his academic certificates and everything. He's from which university and all, then we can suggest the university. That's not an issue. If you can register with us, we'll help you in that, shortlisting the universities, and we can guide you how to start the process and all.
Okay, great. Seema, can you please elaborate the career prospect in Canada during the studies and after the studies?
Yes, the student while in reach Canada, I'll explain you that the student once they reach the Canada, it will take the student to take almost 1 to 2 months to get a part-time job, because whole first month it is actually for you to, it's like an orientation thing where you'll be meeting your professors, you'll be meeting your all the teachers, you'll be knowing like where is your classes and everything. You'll be going to interact with your classmates, like you'll be meeting all the friends. And the thing is like there's all the universities and colleges, there's a student student union center where they will help you if the student, because usually like where you can open your bank account, or where you can get your books, library, everything, other supporting team is there in all the university. So you can have to interact with them. There's a lot of good job opportunities there's a lot of there's a placements over there. And even you can look into the, because it will take a time for you to settle down once Canada, then you can for the month, maybe in the second month onwards, you can start your part-time job working there. And 20 hours weekly you can work over there, or like you can work fortnight 40 hours. There's another plus point in Canada, that you have 3 vacations in between, like a Christmas vacation, Easter vacation, summer, where you can work full time also. So students can earn easily, they can take care of their tuition fee. Sorry, I'm like they can take care of their living expenses. Yes, the partial tuition fee also the students can take care, because we have students, those who have already paid their 50% of the tuition fee from their own the part-time jobs, because there's a lot of part-time jobs availabilities are there. Yes, it's all the odd jobs, like you can work in a like McDonald's, petrol pump, Pizza Hut, or in a call centers. Even they have a lot of on-campus jobs as well. Student can go for on-campus jobs also, if you are good with the communication, if you're, so you can even assist your professors in the lab or somewhere like that. You can go for that as well. That is also, that's a good lot of good job opportunities are there. Yes, once you complete your program, after completing your program, the thing is like you need to in 1 year, at least 1 year, you need to work in your relevant field. Then only you will be eligible to apply for PR. Like eligible, only you can eligible to apply for the PR thing. So that case, if the student is going for a program, they're choosing a program with the internship and all, obviously it will help them to get a PR easily there.
Great. So, Seema, there is one more question from Akshat Patel, that there are lots of rumors which they have heard about, that high health expenses in Canada. So is it true, or is it just a rumor?
Akshat, I can say, see, people can say anything. It is not like that because I'll tell you one thing. Canada is a country where they spend Canadian government spend a major amount to the health sector. There's a lot of health conscious. Yes, there's a lot of health conscious things. So that is not at all like a thing, like a thing. Yes, obviously, as I told you, the population is more than the 50% of the populations are aged one. But yes, they are actually their lifespan is almost like 80 to 70 to 80. So health sector, it is not like they are very particular about the health the thing. The government is spending a more amount for the health sectors. So no worries about that thing.
Okay, great. So Seema, there is like 2 to 3 questions which are really very similar related to the after education, like related to the master's program after BCom, because it is a 3-year degree, and for completing the eligibility criteria to get the admission in master's in Canada, it is somewhere 16-year education, right?
Okay, yeah.
So can you please elaborate this, that what to do after this BCom or 3-year degree?
See, as we were discussing, 3-year bachelor degree, yes, there's only few universities. There's very few universities are there in Canada where they accept a 3-year bachelor degree. Yes, the student can go for they can go for if their academics are absolutely fine, but if they wanted to, upgrade into a master's only if they're having it, then they can go for a 1-year postgraduate certificate courses relevant to their subjects, and they can upgrade into master's as well. So this is it is depend upon the case to case, because we need to look into your academic percentage. It is not because if the student is having a 65 to 68, I'm sorry, because master's requirement is very high in Canada. The universities, as I told you, it require minimum 75% and above. Then only you'll be eligible to get an admission to the universities.
Seema, how many years the student have to spend in Canada to get that eligibility for applying the PR?
Student has to, if the student is going for a 2-year program, they'll be having up to 3 more year of stay back. So 5 years is enough for them.
All right, great. There is one more question from Sanjay Varsani. Is there good one subject after BE IT for the master's degree, and it's approximately for college and university?
IT, as I told you, IT sector always and a booming in Canada, my dear. So you can go for a lot of programs are available. IT, if you're good with networking, if you're good, other IT programs are so many options are available. You can choose anything based on that. Yes, in colleges also 1-year postgraduate certificates. Or if you want a master, if you are having a very good academics, you can directly go for a master's as well. A lot of opportunities are there with the internship, as I told you, with the internship, there's a strong programs are available.
And what is the great scope for robotics?
Robotics, yes. If the case, it does depend. Like if the student is planning for a bachelor's degree in robotics, or the student has already completed their bachelor's here in India, yes, they have a cases. Options are there for robotics as well, but the most options are robotics is for the bachelor's degree.
What is the approximately like average number to get that scholarship?
The scholarships, it's actually Canada. First thing is Canadian university. The we discussed, the fees itself, it's very less compared to other countries. The thing is, getting in scholarships, they look into the student, those who have a distinctions holder, they have a very good academic. Yes, some universities are there where some scholarships are there, internal scholarships and all that. Students, if they're having an 80 to 85% also, they can apply for that, they can try for that, getting that. But yes, otherwise, if it is the student is having an 84% and above, like an engineering or a bachelor's degree, the 3-year bachelor's, yes, they can eligible to apply for the scholarships.
So there is one more question by Ritik, that which type of syllabus they follow in Canada, because as in India, if they're having some backlogs, they can just clear it out by the end of the session. So what is the criteria in Canada, and if they will be fail in some other program, then what they do?
Sorry, I didn't get the question properly. With syllabus mean that they have a Canadian government, like they have their own syllabuses, but I didn't get exactly the question. Yeah.
So Ritik Chauhan have asked that how different syllabus have in Canada compared to India. Is it
Obviously,
possible
as
to
I
change
told
in
you,
program?
Akansha, as I told you, there's entirely the education system is different from India if you compare to India. See, I can say that thing. Education in India, the education system is more into a theoretical thing. We have a more theoretical and less practical. But in Canada, it's entirely different. It is like a more into a practical and a less theoretical. As I told you, it's 80% of the practical and the 20% of the theoretical one.
Great. And there is one more question from Dhaval Jain that what is the best time to go for Canada, best intake?
Best intake of September, as I said, like, because September is the major intake where all the universities and colleges are open. But again, note point is you need to start the process by Jan. It's ideal time, because now if you can see, like, we are into the process, the application process, the January 23 intake is almost, the universities and colleges are closed. Now it is only the June 30th, like we have so many months, but still the Jan intake is closed. So if you're really looking for, if you're really focusing for Canada, getting a good universities, good universities or a good college, need to start your process as soon as possible, so that at least you get an admission letter. Then later on you have a time to process for the visa.
Yes,
And
Jane have asked for the rough idea for the top universities and colleges. Can you please name some of them?
Top universities, as everyone knows, that University of British Columbia, there's a University of Toronto, they have University of you can look for a Waterloo, University of Winnipeg, University of Calgary, good universities. Yeah, there's a decent universities also. There's a lot of decent universities like University of Windsor, University of Carleton, University of Ryerson. These are the good universities. If you look into the colleges, the top colleges like Seneca, Centennial, Humber, Georgian, George Brown, these are the colleges which are into the top one. I mean, these are oldest colleges. Yes, they have other colleges as well. But entry requirements for all the universities and colleges are varies.
So there is one more collective question that if the student is not having their final degree, so what they do?
If
Well,
the
like
student is
how
from
to
the bachelor, but I mean that if the student is completed his bachelor and he's waiting for the final marks, he can apply. And if it is from an engineering background, he can apply till if he has a till 5th semester and all, he can start the process. We can start the
okay.
process.
And what
And if
okay,
the
so it
student is
means
from a
that final
12th, if the student is just completed his 12th and is waiting for the 12th marks, we can start from the predictive score, 12th predictive score.
okay, great. Can you please name some of the colleges which are really best in the engineering part, like robotics, IT, somewhere like that for
Yes, we
post-graduation
have
certificate?
colleges like Centennial. We have a college like like Humber. They have a very good program. Georgetown, Georgian College. We do have a very good programs in Lambton, Lawless College. They have a very good IT programs.
Great.
With the internship, they have a very good programs, and they have based in Toronto, Ontario based colleges.
So that final degree, that question have raised again, not for the engineering, it is for the architecture. So that
Yeah, no
architecture
problem.
student can apply for it.
Also, architecture students also, only the last semester is pending, so we can start the process with the other or the semester, whatever the semester mark sheets are there. And but you need to ready with your portfolio as well.
Okay, great. So there is one more question from Dhaval Jain that Thompson Rivers University is good for IT professionals.
Yes, they do have a programs, and they have a lot of programs like they have data science. Even they have a IT, they have a project management where the student can any the engineering, as well as the student, if they want, if the student doesn't want to go for a purely into technical or a purely into management, they can opt for the project management. They have a lot of good programs as well.
Great. Bhavya Singh have asked about that is it advisable to do diploma or certificate courses in law from PR and job point of view?
Yes, it is possible. It is possible. It is not like that, like if you go with the postgraduate certificate program, so you won't get a PR. It's not like that. But it is depend upon the what program you're choosing, what option or no, what specialization you're opting for.
Great. Okay. I think that I have covered most of the, like almost every questions till now.
Yes. So any other doubts? Anything?
There is
Anything?
one more question.
So,
I was just sliding out the chat box and I found one question
yeah.
that for getting that PR, that most prior thing that there is a rumor that the student should go for the postgraduate diploma or the masters to get more and more chances to get that PR.
It is not like that. If you go for a master's only, you get a PR. If you go for only no certain program, or if you don't, if you go for a postgraduate, then only you get. It is depend upon the program options what you are choosing. If it's the specialization what you are opting. As I told you, like there's a lot of opportunities are available in Canada, but again, we need to look into that. What all the job opportunities are still available wherever. So as I discussed, the engineering backgrounds, the student is from the hospitality sector, the student is from a nursing or from a teaching line or from the mechanical, any engineering, bio. These are the streams where the highly demand programs. So the students can end up with the PR, like they definitely get a PR over there for the if they're opting for these related programs.
Okay. And Akshat Patel have asked one more question, that what's the difference between advanced diploma and normal diploma?
Advanced diplomas, you'll be learning from the basic onwards. It is a 3 years advanced. Usually advanced diplomas for a 3 years one. The diploma is for a 2 years one. So advanced diploma is more into it. The basic onwards you will be learning. So into more into a technical and learning that thing. So if you are okay with want to go for a 3-year advanced diploma, well and good, or you can go for a 2-year diploma after the 12th. This is diploma, and advanced diploma is the student those who completed their year 12th.
Okay, Dhavaljan have asked one more question, that is any pre-internship kind of thing required for abroad studies?
See, usually if your profile is stronger, I mean your academics, your IELTS, everything is stronger, or if you have done any other extracurricular activities like profile building for that, yes, obviously if you have anything that makes no, that is most welcome. Like Canadian universities are happy to take your profile for that. So but the major point
Okay.
is,
And one more thing that
sorry, your voice is.
no, you were saying something. The major
Yes,
point
yes.
wasn't.
Yeah. So the major part thing is your academic score. This is actually the highlight. Major thing is they first look into your academic score and your IELTS. Yes, simultaneously your profile building is required.
Okay, there is one more question, that does work experience matters for pursuing masters, or does it gives any sort of benefits, advantages?
Usually, if it is a 2-year or 3-year work experience, yes, it is good for them. The student is planning to go for an MBA program or any managerial kind of programs, like an MIM, like Masters of Management or MBA. So yeah, obviously, if you have the student is having a work experience, that's well and good. But if it is more than 5 years of work experience, Canada usually don't accept that thing. Only it is case to case. We can apply to the university. If it is still 5 years of work experience, no problem, we can apply.
Great. So, like there is one more question from Krishna Patel, that about how much IELTS score we need for scholarship. So, is it that IELTS score do matters for getting the scholarship, or that
No,
academic
no,
is
it is
sufficient?
actually the IELTS score is only the English requirement. The scholarships, they look into your academic percentages. Based on your academic percentage, they'll give you the scholarships.
Great. And there is one more thing, that USA versus Canada. Which country should be best to go for the higher studies?
To be frank, I cannot say like that because both country has their own, the plus points and minus points. So depend upon the country to country and the program what you're going to choose, and that thing. So you can either look for, because it's based on what program you wanted to go, whether it is in Canada or in US. See, another thing is Canada is actually a pathway for US. The student, those who don't get a visa for US, definitely they'll look into Canada, because Canada, if you get a PR, I mean, if you get a citizenship, you can directly, you can without the we can go to US, you can move to US. So Canada, the 20% of the students, because if they don't get an admission in US universities, or they won't clear the interviews, they definitely end up with the Canadian universities or colleges.
Great. So I guess that Akshat Patel is really very confused between choosing the university or colleges. As
no problem,
there is
Akshat, you register with us. We will help you to sort out the universities based on your profile. We are here to help you for that.
Yeah, so Akshat, you can just register yourself with us for clarifying your each and every questions. We will be helping you out from each and every steps. Okay, and
I
your
guess most of the questions are now answered by our counselors. And we've also crossed the limit for the webinar. So I've posted 2 links in the chat box. The first link is for study abroad assistance. Students who have queries can directly book a call on that link, and our experts will get back to you on a one-on-one free session. And the second link is for loan assistance. Students who require loan assistance, forex card, credit cards, etc. They can fill out this second link, and our experts will get back to you in 24 hours. Thank you so much, Akansha and Seema, for joining in for the session and solving the various queries that were raised by the students. We will be having plenty of such webinars in future, so stay tuned to our Instagram page. It's @foreignadmits, and also our YouTube channel for the recording of this session. Thank you so much for joining, guys.
Thank you so much, Shri. Thank you.